Hello, people. My name is Detroit Miracle. Uh huh. How many of you out there grew up on Rocky films? You know, Rocky Balboa, the boxer. How many of you out there still love those Rocky movies? I'm one of those such fans that love the entire Rocky series. I thought all those movies were great films. They had a lot of emotion put into it. They had a lot of athletic hard work applied because when they show Rocky and those other fighters training, those were authentic training regimens. They weren't faking. They were actually doing the work and they showed it during the monologues and what have you. So a lot went into that. And then those movies apply a notion of you got to have peak performance. You got to be in the best possible shape that you can be in against your opponent, but you got to have it mentally sound too. So it's not just about being physically primed in great shape. You got to also have like an invincibility complex in your mind where you believe that you cannot be defeated and that you could defeat any type of opponent. And that went well for Rocky Balboa in his case, where he actually believed that. But he also had to be the best trained athlete ever. He had to be solid, stone, rock, all of that. And he was like that, but he had the mental shaping in his mind to say that, look, I could beat anybody. I could beat any opponent, no matter how big, no matter how small they are, no matter how terrifying they are, no matter what their reputations are, no matter what success they might have obtained, no matter how many fighters they knocked out. Still, I'm going to go in there and win and run through this opponent. And then if they beat me up, then I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep coming back at them. So that Rocky Balboa notion applied to those Rocky movies were very inspirational to generations of boxers coming up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and so on. Yeah, because those Rocky films are tireless. They're timeless, and you can watch them over and over and over without getting tired of them. I know the first two Rocky movies were key to having a very strong story, and they show more about his struggles and his personal life and things, and I like that. But on most occasions, I could skip to watching Rocky 3, 4, and maybe 5. Like, and even the one that came after that. Even though I like the first two Rocky movies, I would speed up to like the more higher paced Rocky films. You know, when he became the champion, and he was in the best possible condition. And you know the thing with Rocky was when he beat Apollo Creed, like you would have thought that that would have been his toughest challenge because Apollo Creed was an invincible fighter at that time. He had knocked out everybody. He had never lost. So you would have thought that, you know, and you would have thought that, hey, Rocky would have went into it thinking that there's no way I can win this. This guy is too great. He's too tough. But nevertheless, Rocky was like, I can beat this guy. You know, I don't care how many people he's defeated. I don't care if he's the heavyweight champion, even though he does care and he recognizes that and he showed respect to Apollo Creed. But nevertheless, he's like, I'm here to win. He's like, I'm here to take myself and my family out of this struggling situation, and we're headed to the top. So he influenced and inspired people with those type of visual scene notions to go out and become boxing champions, kickboxing champions, UFC champions, and all. So Rocky Balboa, that is, was a huge credit to the fighting sports industries. Just like Bruce Lee was to martial arts. I think Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone, was major to combat sports. He was a major influencer of those due to the Rocky films. Maybe it's just my opinion, but I doubt it. And Rocky Balboa showed the indomitable, untiring spirit of a human being. He showed and indicated what the human spirit, the human will, and the human body was capable of doing, which was impossibles time and time again. Yeah, folks, Rocky was beating so many invincible fighters, and the fighters were getting even more tougher and harder to beat as he went along. So you would be thinking, Rocky obtained all of this success, he became a famous celebrity, and still he had to get out there and fight incredible, brutal opponents that were trying to hurt him, which was another indication that Rocky just didn't care about money or success, but he cared about winning. Or he didn't only care about having a lot of money, cars, houses, motorcycles, jewelry, but he cared about being the best that he possibly could be. And he didn't want to let his fans down either. Well, folks, thanks for hanging out with me again. See you around.